Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. Today's video will be a review of Timeless number one. This is a Marvel one shot that we have been waiting for a little bit. Let's go into the team and then we'll talk a little bit more about what this issue is about. So, this book is written by Jed MacKay, illustrated by Kev Walker, Greg Land, with inks by Jay Leisten, Mark Bagley, and Andrew Hennessy, colored by Marte Garcia, and lettered by Ariana Maher. Uh, so yeah, that's a lot of people working on this book. It's an oversized book. It's 43 pages around. I think it's around. Yeah, it's definitely like 40 something pages. I was able to pick it up. I read it, and it was not. It was definitely not what I thought it was going to be. This story follows Kang the Conqueror. I think after his miniseries that he just had, Marvel definitely wants to put him in the forefront to explore the future of the Marvel universe. If you guys may or may not remember, last year, I believe it was last year, we got a book called Marvel 1000. Uh, Maybe it was a couple years ago. But Marvel will do stuff like this. Well, they'll do one big book at the end of the year to kind of set up a lot of storylines and stuff for the upcoming year, and we'll see a little bit of that. But let's get into the story of this one. How do you win a war against time? So, in this special year ending adventure that gives importance as to what is to come in the Marvel Universe over the next 12 months, Kang the Conqueror is a warrior, a destroyer, a subjugator, but he even is subject to the whims and vicissitudes of time itself. So, when a parallel timeline threatens to overwrite the future Kang, as he has fought so long, hard to control, the Master of Ages has no choice but to go to war with time itself, battling through the days of tomorrow as he struggles to prevent the end of what is to come. So yeah, I mean, you can first of all, I got that. This is a Marvel summary of events, which definitely I should have read a few times before reading here, but yeah, pretty much Kang meets the. I really like the introduction of this character. It's he's a storyteller. He's a doctor that's kind of chronolo like he is writing a book on all the villains of the 21st century, and Kang feels like he's being overlooked. So he takes him on a little bit of like if you think of Kingdom Come, how there was a one character that the Spectre was taking around, letting them see all the corners of the universe. That feels a little bit similar to this. Obviously, this person's not dead, and Kang isn't doesn't have all the powers of the Spectre. That's just really kind of like the storytelling device that they pick, and I really think it was very well done. I like the art, and one thing I will say: normally when I see three different names on the artist, I get a little wary because sometimes when you have multiple artists in one book, usually it's done because there's a lot going on, right? Whenever the I don't mind having multiple artists when it benefits the story. In this case, it really just feels like they divided up the pages that need to be drawn. But overall, I think the art it maintains um, very similar to each other. I think the artists they picked three artists that could work very well together to make it seem or make it feel like a cohesive thing. So I really enjoy that. But let's go into some more panels. We'll talk a little bit more about the story. So we see here we start with Kang in the primitive age as he battles in front of this tribe, and Dr. Petrov, who is the witness, I would call him, of Kang's conquest. He's being taken all over the place. So I really like seeing the design of Kang. And there's a page that I didn't put on here that's a really nice reveal. It's the first page is just like a redesign of this primitive Kang. It's really interesting because Kang is a time traveler, so him staying consistent or having a consistent look is not really a thing. He changes a lot depending on the timeline that he's in or the time frame that he's visiting. For the most part, he'll wear the full mask and the outfit, but sometimes he takes it off. Sometimes he's younger. It really depends on what the story calls for. I will also say I think Jed MacKay had a really interesting task of how to make this feel like a Kang story while still setting up all these things. Jed MacKay has been one of my favorite writers recently. He's done Black Cat recently, doing the Death of Doctor Strange. So yeah, I'm pretty much picking up any book that he's on. I'll at least check it out, and I've yet to be disappointed. Also, he's doing Moon Knight, which I just got up in. So great stuff from Jed MacKay. Definitely, highly recommend his stuff. So let's go into some more art, and this is where we get into the setting up the rest of the year for Marvel. We see a few stories of a new generation of young Avengers. We see that the son takes up the Twilight Sword against the father, which looks to me to be Strange Academy stuff, as that's Dormammu and Kid Dormammu. We see the new Spider-Man, Ben Riley. We see that maybe a new Iron Fist will arise. We also see the Punisher that had been advertised. Um, Something's happening with the moon that we don't really know. We also see the Winter Soldier. We see more stuff with mutants. I believe that's the Krakoan flag or one of the Krakoan flags. Um, we see uh, we see more of the villains that we have been seeing in Devil's Reign, and then we know that there is going to be some stuff with Mary Jane and Spider-Man and Black Cat and Black Panther all over the place. So yeah, this page really says a lot. It sets up a lot of the stories going forward, and then if we go to the next one, you'll see probably one of the biggest things that we've been teased. So we see this apocalyptic universe, the Ravencroft, but the big thing here is this Thanos with the gauntlet and Thor's hammer and the Infinity Stones. If you've been reading Thor, that those little story points have been set up earlier, or at least that vision of Thanos. So yeah, this book does two things very well. It really um, it builds up the character of Kang the Conqueror. I think Marvel's working on revitalizing and rebringing that character to the forefront ever since he's going to be more involved in the MCU. So they definitely want to have more of the comics in the forefront. So like, because the movies and comics ideally would go hand in hand for them. You see a popular character in the movies, that character should probably get, or will probably have a lot of books being published at the time. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's kind of a treat for anybody that's a continuity nerd. Definitely is going to enjoy this book. Just looking at all the little things, hints, and details. So yeah, and then at the end of the book, we get the really cool preview of everything that's going to go on in the future. We know that Devil's Reign is going on right now with Daredevil. The death of Doctor Strange will come to a conclusion early in the year. We see some amazing Spider-Man stuff. We know that the X Lives deaths of Wolverine, the events happening next year. The Fantastic Four Reckoning War, which if you read this issue, that one probably has the most consequences here. Avengers Forever, which we had a review of the last issue. I believe we had a review of it last week. I know I read it. I don't know if I made a video. And then also Hulk and Thor, Banner of War, which Donny Cates and the team teased throughout the week on social media. So yeah, we got a lot of really cool stuff coming for the Marvel Universe, and then this book really kind of kicks everything off. So I recommend this book. I recommend you keep buying stuff by Jed MacKay. Also, Devil's Reign, which we have a review for that as well on the channel. Maybe after this or before. It depends on when I choose to publish things. But yeah, let me know what you're most excited for coming up for Marvel. Yeah, put it down in the comments. Let me know what series you're picking up. Maybe something we're not really covering on the channel. I'm always interested in seeing what other people are reading and the takeaways that they have from comic books. Maybe a little blind spot for me that I'm not looking into. So thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned to the channel. We have more comic reviews, TV recaps. We have more movie reviews, trailer reactions, all that good stuff that you stay for in the channel. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.